Is there a way do I... How do I... Is there a way that I change it to who's with me and who's not? Party members? Jill? I guess not. Because I know it said that Joshua was one now too. Alright, so let's keep on working on knocking everything out at the hideaway. Next on the list. Party makeup has changed. Nothing in the... Oh, there's a new report, but I'll get to that later. Alright, let's just start working our way back here through these then. Nobody's tool.
There's something about it. I feel like
Dorys?
Sid, do you have a moment?
By all means.
It's my old master. Seems there's no escaping her. She found some way to send me a letter. And something else. Records from a Waloed prison. Seems they were keeping a lot of bearers there.
How did she come by such a thing?
Finding bearers always was her strong point. And it seems the cells of Balmung Dark are full of them. Foreign captives, the masterless. Bearers no one would miss. And even better for her, bearers with no one to look after them. When ether started lapping at the walls, the jailers fled.
Leaving the bearers to be liberated by whoever happened to come along next.
Sid, I'd like to believe that I've earned your trust by now. And while I'm well aware that you've forbidden Cursebreakers from traveling to Waloed, I can't let those bearers die in their cells. I'd rather risk shipwreck on the Shadow Coast than leave them to starve.
Escort Doris to Balmung Dark, and we go together.
We'll be needing the Enterprise if we're going to navigate the Narrow.
Does that mean...
I'm making an exception, but we travel together. And we stay no longer than we have to. Ash is an inhospitable place at the best of times. We save as many as we can, and we leave.
Thank you, Sid. There was a name in the prison register. A name from my past. Chadwick. Another of my former master's protégés. A gifted soldier, and the closest thing I had to family. The thought of him held captive in that place.
He must be very important to you.
He was. Is.
Then we find him.
The entrance to the prison lies in the shadow of Ravenwit walls, just beyond the portcullis. We should head there as quickly as we can. I only pray there are still bearers alive to save.
As do I, Dorys.
There's a big boss. This is that big boss arena that we came across whenever we went through the fields of Waloed the first time. So I'm assuming this is about to get very ugly with the big beastie. Damn it! I keep nudging my trigger in my lap. Ravenwood Wall. This arena is gigantic. I thought it was gonna be like the super boss or some kind of super S rank that was gonna fight me in here, but I guess it's part of Doris's quest. If I get there. Back up to the right. Come on, Ambrosia.
Dorys is waiting for me near Balmung Dark. The longer she's out in the open, the more likely she is to be found by a Kashik. I need to hurry.
Stop talking so that I can actually go full speed. Get in here, see what's up with these bears.
No need to ride from here. Fire and flame!
Dorys?
There were no guards, I take it.
None manning the gates, no. It's a different story inside, though. The corridors are crawling with Akashic. Most likely guards left behind when the wardens ran. If Chadwick was being held here, I worry that he may already be.
Don't give up hope just yet, but let's move quickly. Let me check the ground floor. The ether stick is there.
Then I'll search the upper level. Good luck, Sid. Stay safe.
Need luck. Got the power of 8 gods inside of me.
Just how bad are the floods inside the walls? Bad enough to turn a bearer? I hope not. We're risking a lot just being here. Better keep my eyes open for signs of life.
I think we'll be alright. Pull up that thing. Zontet's commuter. Oh, yo. So the party is Jill and Joshua now. Okay. That's pretty dope. Respect. Almond Dart, writ of designation. The Kingdom of Waloed hereby designates this facility a prison for the detainment of bears, both foreign and domestic. The purpose of this facility is to rear and train a Kuza beast for deployment in the field. The aforementioned purpose is a matter of strictest secrecy, and any mention thereof is punishable by death. Captive bears have been provided solely for the perusal of the aforementioned purpose. Express permission is required for the use of bears and any other capacity.
So this place was no ordinary prison.
I have to make some
And I doubt they'll have taken the creature with them when they fled.
super beast. So there is going to be a super fight in the arena out there. Interesting. Well, better build up that level 5 Zonted skin then. Heart bangs. You able to come up here? I don't know why I'm looking around up here. I think Dorys said that she was going to deal with up here. There is loot though, so not all bad. A lot of shit going on the screen now that I have both Joshua and Jill in the party.
No
Dorys?
sign of any bearers yet. I hope you have better luck downstairs.
Thanks. Well, I guess I'll just go off downstairs then. Kuza beast. What kind of beast is that? Origin. Vast crystal, vast structure that lay dormant beneath the crystalline dominion for countless centuries. When Ultima Scheme reached its final stages, it was summoned from the depths, sowing untold destruction and leaving black, bleak skies in its wake. It eerily resembles a mother crystal. One of a race of ancient godlike beings, it was their creation of magic that led to the rise and spread of the Blight. Few survivors of the race fleeing to the unspoilt land of Valisthea to attempt to remake the world. For this, they created mother crystals to harness huge amounts of ether and sowed the seeds of humanity. They might one day produce a vessel strong enough to channel it. The humans would one day develop wills of their own they did not foresee. Kingdom of Waloed. Sole surviving nation in Ash shortly after the death of Barnabas Tharm, the scion of Dismekis and Cat's Paw of Ultima. Drake's head was shattered, leaving the kingdom of Stoner without Mother Crystal and King. Fucked. Follow Clive's entry. Clive's entry is long. Alright. Recommendation concerning Kuza beast deployment. The Kuza has long been recognized as an especially aggressive species. This being the case, it was hoped that successful deployment on the battlefield might be a means of inflicting heavy casualties on the enemy. An exercise is conducted thus far, however, the beast has proven incapable of distinguishing between allied and enemy combatants. As such, deployment alongside regular troops is not recommended. It is proposed instead that barrier captives be employed to order to draw enemy focus and the beast then driven into the fray in order to achieve maximum benefit with minimum loss of Waloed or alive. It's fucked up.
Minimal loss of Waloed lives. And what happens when they run out of bearers? Even the Imperials take better care of their branded than that.
It's pretty damn fucked up. Memorandum on Kuza beast feeding. Recent supply shortages left us with insufficient resources to feed the Kuza entrusted to our care. Fortunately, the creature was observed to kill and consume the bear as a sign of fight beside it in a mock battle conducted as part of its training. The beast was further observed to enter a state of visible contentment upon feeding in this way, suggesting that live bears may even be its preferred source of sustenance. While this behavior is unexpected, it is not unwelcome. Bears no longer of use for training purposes can now be repurposed as required. Disgusting.
They were feeding bearers to it. This is even worse than I'd feared.
All kinds of fucked up. Fuck Waloed.
Nothing but a caching down here. Hopefully things are looking better upstairs. I should go and see how Dorys is getting on.
Dorys, we got problems. Some kind of ridiculous savage beastie in here that feeds on human flesh. Oh, that's not really different from the usual day-to-day, but this one seems particularly bad.
No luck downstairs. But I did find out that this place was more than just a prison. Something far more sinister was happening here.
I know. I've been reading some of these documents and... it can't be true, can it?
Yeah.
Bearers die every day in service of their masters, but this is so much worse. Pitting bearers against a wild beast armed with nothing but their wits? And all in order to bring about more death. And not just those who could fight, but the elderly, children even. And those who wouldn't or couldn't were disposed of. Whatever that means.
I'm afraid it means they were fed to the monstrosity they kept here.
Then we're too late. And I was a fool to bring you here.
Don't say that. Did you find anything else?
A key. But it doesn't fit any of the locks on this floor.
Perhaps it will fit one of the doors downstairs. There's a corridor I haven't searched yet. Finish up here, then come and find me when you're ready.
All right. I'll be there in a moment.
Kuza seems like bad news. Jailer's key. Down there and open up all that, huh? Wonder what this monster looks like then. What kind of Final Fantasy staple is this one? Open this corridor. Sounds like a winner.
Let's see what we can find down here.
Haptic triggers. Found some loot. Amber. Where? Where are you?
A survivor. And she sounds close.
Oh my goodness. Lady. Kitty.
Who are you?
There's no need to be afraid. Are you alone? Are there any other survivors?
Some of the guards. They're still here. But something's wrong with them. Everyone else was eaten by the monster.
Thank the Founder.
It was worth our coming. But I'd rather we didn't linger. Are you ready?
Ready when you are. You poor thing. He must have been terrified.
Did Chadwick send you?
What?
He fought the monster. Distracted it so I could run away. He must have sent you. He promised to free the others too. Where is he? He opened your cell, didn't he? He wouldn't be here otherwise.
Chadwick.
Uh-oh.
Was that?
Monster's back! Chadwick, help!
We have to get out of here.
Doris, keep the girl safe.
All right. You put that bearer-eating bastard in the ground.
Gladly. Let me at him. I'm curious to see what this thing is. Play the Kuza beast.
It's
Oh.
out there waiting for me. I can't let it live. Not if it's got a taste for bearers.
Got a, it's a behemoth with some sick fucking wings. I'm like... Play the Kuza beast. Say less, fam. I got you. I got this. Behemoths are fun fights, so... See how this one goes. Oh. What are you, A rank? Yep, A rank. 15 grand and 35 gil, or 15 grand gil and 35 gil.
This will wreak havoc if it ever leaves the prison. I can't let that happen.
Shit. Almost 100 grand. This thing is almost fucking dead already.
Nice try.
Meteor? Oh no, just straight up dead. Notorious Mark slain, A rank. Nice. A good chunk of money too. Behemoth Shackle and Meteorite. Kuza Beast wasn't shit. Thought it was gonna be some great S rank. Looks cool as fuck though.
Finally.
Light blue behemoth.
Sid, are you hurt?
I'm fine. I think.
What is it, Chadwick?
No.
What is it?
A diary. I gave it to Chadwick before we went our separate ways. He was here. Do you think that creature?
I'm sure he fought bravely to the last. The girl is safe thanks to him.
Chadwick. You fool.
Come on. We have to get her back to the hideaway. We don't want his sacrifice to have been in vain.
No, of course not. I'll see that she's looked after from now on. It's the least I can do.
It's fucking sick with the Zontet skin level 5 that I did almost 100k to him on that stagger. Fucking dope.
From what I hear, you've barely left the girl's side in days. I hope she's recovering from her ordeal.
She is. Slowly but surely. She's far tougher than she looks. I thank the flames we found her. If we hadn't...
I know. But we did. I'm sorry we weren't able to save Chadwick.
There's no need to apologize. Without your help, I would never have found out what happened to him. How he fought to the bitter end to save her. To save Haida Marie. That's the man I remember. The man I thought of as a brother.
I wish I could have met him. I'd like to hear more about your past. If you don't mind, that is.
Of course. You already met my former master. She trained Chadwick and I to do two things. Kill and obey. We were supposed to be sold to the highest bidder when the time came. But no bid was ever high enough to convince her to part with us. For years, we were her daggers in the shadows. But we could never quite shake our doubts about the things she made us do. And then, one day, we just couldn't do them anymore. So we escaped. But staying together was out of the question. They would have found us too easily. After so many years of training, the pull to serve was always strong. It scared me to think he might have taken another master, become a dagger in someone else's hand.
But even in captivity, the battles he fought were his own. And he died not as someone's tool, but as a hero.
Haida Marie is proof of that. Bearers can cast off their shackles. And the Cursebreakers will show them how. I'll fight until my dying breath to see it done. For Chadwick, and for all of us.
Thank you, Dorys. We'll be counting on you.
Buddy's tool. Breath of Darkness. Meteorites.